Do you ever feel like your life needs a total reset, a chance to rebuild from the ground up, but you're not sure where to start? Maybe you think the answer is a dramatic leap, quitting your job, moving across the world, overhauling your identity overnight. But I'm here to tell you something I wish someone had told me years ago. Rebuilding your life doesn't come from a single big decision. It comes from small, almost invisible habits. Things so simple, most people overlook their power completely. And today, we're diving into 15 of these habits that are revolutionizing lives in silence. Stick around, because nobody seems to talk about number 7. And it's a total game changer if you want to genuinely rebuild your life. If you're focused on reinventing yourself and designing a life you truly want, you're in the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project and tap that bell so you never miss out on practical tools and habits for personal transformation. Let's kick this off with one of the most underestimated habits in existence, making your bed. Yes, I know you've likely heard this before, but let's look at why it's critical for anyone trying to rebuild their life. When you make your bed first thing, you're declaring victory over your day before you even leave the room. That little moment of order signals to your brain that you're someone who completes tasks. Navy SEALs learn this early. If you can't handle the little things, you'll never conquer the big ones. It's not about neat sheets. It's about momentum and proving to yourself that you're capable, no matter how small the task may seem. The next revolutionary, but consistently ignored habit is drinking water the moment you wake up. Not coffee, not scrolling social, water. Your body and your brain are parched after hours of sleep, and even mild dehydration dampens how clearly you think. Stack this habit right after bed making, and you've just taken 2 positive steps before sunrise. You're literally and figuratively rebuilding your life from the inside out. Now let's talk about reviewing your calendar every night. Planning isn't just for ultra-productive CEOs with color-coded apps. It's how you remove uncertainty from your mornings. Before you go to sleep, take 2 minutes to look at tomorrow. Identify your one essential task. Spot the gaps, the meetings, the silent hours. Suddenly, you're not stumbling into the day, you're steering it. But here's a habit hardly anyone dares to practice. Put your phone in another room during your most critical hours, especially bedtime and when you wake up. Those first and last moments of the day are where your mind is most vulnerable and your attention is up for grabs. Leaving your phone elsewhere not only protects your focus, but it helps you control how you start and end each day. Imagine rebuilding your life with 2 daily periods of mental clarity instead of distraction. The 5th habit to consider, and it couldn't be easier, is to write down 3 simple things every night. They don't have to be profound. Just 3 thoughts, memories, or observations from your day. Over time, this habit builds the muscle of reflection. It creates a clear boundary between today's chaos and tomorrow's possibilities. And you'll be surprised at how much more intentional your life gets, one tiny entry at a time. Here's something so basic you might roll your eyes, but it's staggering how few people actually do it. Read 10 pages of a book every day. Over a year, that's more than a dozen books. Most people read none. In the process of reading a bit each day, you're not just collecting information, you're upgrading your mind, building perspectives, and rebuilding your intellectual life, one manageable page at a time. We're about 3 minutes in, so if any of these habits resonate or you're feeling inspired to rebuild your life with simple changes, drop a comment below and smash that like button. Tell us which habit you're starting with, or if you've already got one working for you. Back to it. Habit 7 is the one nobody seems to talk about, yet it might just be the secret to a whole new life. Ready for it? Take a walk, not for exercise or to hit a step count. Not with headphones blaring, just a simple, distraction-free walk. Because great ideas and breakthrough thoughts aren't born when you're hunched over a screen. They come to you when you're moving, unplugged, and letting your mind wander. It's mental clarity disguised as boredom, and it's been a creative superpower for geniuses throughout history. Let's take decision fatigue out of your mornings with habit 8. Eat the same breakfast every day. Variety is great, but not at the start of your day when willpower is weakest. Picking a nutritious, satisfying breakfast and sticking to it conserves your decision-making energy for things that matter more as your day unfolds. Then try embracing pure focus with habit 9. Do one thing at a time. Don't split your attention between tabs, foods, conversations, and notifications. When it's time to work, just work. When it's time to eat, just eat. This kind of uncompromising focus at first feels almost painfully slow, but it primes your brain for deep work, genuine connection, and a life rebuilt with intentionality. Nothing derails progress more than chaos in your sleep routine, so for habit 10, commit to a consistent bedtime. 8 hours of sleep at roughly the same hour transforms your mood, energy, and capacity for change. You're rebuilding your life not just with disciplines, but with rest that repairs you enough to try again tomorrow. Your environment is a mirror for your mental state. That's why the 11th habit is all about clearing your space. Before you go to bed, restore visible order. Clean your desk, kitchen, living room, or just one countertop. Wake up to a blank slate, not a backlog of stress. For the 12th habit, reclaim your power by saying no to just one thing every week. When you decline an extra obligation or an unaligned request, you say yes to time, energy, and space for things that actually matter to you. Little by little, your new life begins to reflect your true values instead of other people's agendas. Money stress can poison your entire mindset. So for the 13th habit, review your finances once a week. You don't need a complex system or elaborate spreadsheets. Just a glance at what came in, what went out, and what's left. This act of financial honesty removes anxiety and helps you rebuild a life on a solid foundation. The 14th habit is preparation the night before. Lay out your clothes, pack your bag, place your keys, prep your lunch. Your tired morning self will thank you for the extra clarity and fewer decisions. It's a backstage crew for your daily performance, one that makes getting out the door seamlessly simple. If you're getting value out of these simple, powerful habits for how to rebuild your life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a quick comment about which of these you're committed to trying. Your small steps today build your new tomorrow. We're coming to the final habit, and it might challenge you more than any of the others. Spend 5 minutes in silence every day. No phone, no music, not even an intention to meditate. Just breathe and be still. Because if you want to truly rebuild your life, you need to reconnect with the quiet space within. Let your nervous system decompress, and remember that not every moment is for doing. Some are just for being. Most of us can't tolerate boredom anymore, but the quiet place inside is where true clarity, calm, and self-acceptance start to grow. 15 boring, invisible, but ultimately revolutionary habits that really rebuild your life. That's the growth mindset way. In small, consistent steps, you repeat no matter how unremarkable they seem. If you're ready to keep rebuilding and transforming your life, don't stop here. Click to watch our next video on micro habits with massive impact, subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit the bell so you never miss the tools to create the life you're striving for. Your new life is built one simple habit at a time. Join us on the journey.